First of all, I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Bethany Lactarine. I am the chair of the New London Arts Alliance and the director of the New London Little Theater. So thanks all for being here today. We're super excited. I'm super excited because this is the first artist residency that we've had at the theater. So lots to tell you. I think what I'd like to do first, or as we go, is introduce you to New London, give you a little bit of a view of what the place is like that you would be staying, and also talk, of course, about the residency itself. So let me just show you a little bit about New London. I'm sorry, person who called in, you won't be able to see these pictures, but I'll describe as best I can. So welcome to New London. Hope you're all seeing that. Yay. This is Main Street. We're a small town of population 1,600 people in the off season, about 2,000 or even more on a good summer season of tourism. That is it. That's the main drag right there. And around, right down the hill from that area is the Mill Pond. What you're looking at is the green building. The green building you're looking at right there is going to be our new public library. Around the Mill Pond is the Mill Pond Dam, which is what was first built, I think, oh, I forget the year, in the mid 1800s. We did a lot of milling here in the town. So here is one of the many art projects that artists in town have done. Haikus on boulders to celebrate the long journey of Ole Knudsen. Around the Mill Pond, we have installed these really fun musical instruments, mosaics that were put together by the community, and fire sculpture and totems put together also by the community. Here we have signed haikus. Walking home here now. Not the place I knew, okay, just the same. And in the background is the city stage, all of which is available to you as if you were to be the artist here. If you want to get out of town, you can go take some time at Sibley State Park. And on the call with us today, I also have Deb Mortensen, who works at the Sibley State Park, is also, also on the Art Alliance board and the Little Theater board. I thought I'd have her tell you a little bit about the park.
I'm kind of here in the capacity of being treasurer of the New London Little Theater and the treasurer secretary of the New London Arts Alliance. This is Sibley State Park. Is about 5 miles from New London. And I think we have a lot of hiking trails. There's a little pond that's like the Pond View Trail. It's a really beautiful place to see wildlife. Now, what we're looking at now is Lake Andrew, and we're viewing it from the new deck that was built last year. It's ADA accessible and just kind of a really great place to see all kinds of people, because we get thousands of visitors every summer. So these are the camper cabins. If you have family that are coming to visit you in the month of August when you're here in New London, perhaps you could rent a camper cabin and have them stay there and visit you. This is Mount Tom, one of the highest points in our county. Really beautiful. When you're up on the tower, you can kind of see kind of the prairie oak savanna, which is our area is kind of known for. There is about over 16 miles of hiking trails. We have a horse camp. We have 3 primitive camps, 2 campgrounds. Lots to do, lots to see. Really can connect with nature. Thanks, Bethany.
Cool, thanks, Deb. Let's show you the theater as long as we're at it. This is the Little Theater. This is what it looks like at sunset. One of our town photographers. Gregory Harp took some lovely photos of the theater, and that first shot you saw of downtown. So when you go inside, here's the photo of the floor, and in the top there you can see the stage that's kind of right behind me. Same thing. I thought I'd show you a little bit of what we've got for tech. We've got lights, we've got sound, we've got computers and costumes. And then there's the stage. Right now it's changed a little bit. I can show you the remodeling we've done, but some things are different. Obviously, you will see that when you get here. Okay, here is the town. I want to show you a little bit about where you would stay. Right here, this little red dot, that's the house that you would be staying in. And if you follow the mouse, this is the little theater. So I walk there almost every day from the house. 4 minutes tops. Let's see if I can get the next one. Next picture. Huh. All right. So I had some more photos here to show you. For some reason, I am not able to show you the rest. Let's see. All right. Thanks for bearing with me here. Well, if we have time at the end, I was just going to show you pictures of the house itself, but it is a beautiful, cute little home. 3 bedrooms and a loft upstairs, all to yourself, save one little room as studio and office that I use for Art Alliance work. So I'd be visiting the house every so often while you're in town. Let's talk about the artist residency itself. And I apologize because I had everything opened up and it all closed on me. So I want to make sure that I am looking at the same thing you are, or that you have read. Here we go. The Small Stages Residency, Small Stages Artist Residency is for performance artists primarily. We're looking for people who have worked as performance artists, who are willing or excited about expanding their practice in place-based performance making to creating interactive art experiences or performance installations that are designed for small audiences, meaning audiences of 1 to 12. And keeping in mind now that since this has been published and written, and when the grant was written, we were deep in COVID land. So all of these things could change at the point in August where we are. Maybe your audience might be bigger than 12, depending on our capacity. What we're hoping for is that we'll be able to engage our community and change a little bit how they see each other, work with each other in shared spaces, especially since we're in such a time of transition. What would you do as a selected artist? For one, you would be generating original work. And in the application, it says to generate new and original work. And understandably, you may have already been working on some kind of concept or idea before arriving here, it's okay to use that concept and build upon that. So that's what we mean by new and original. This is your work. This isn't a recital of a play somebody else wrote, for instance. You'd begin the residency with a series of introductions. So basically you would get into town, I'd introduce you to people in the community, our different organizations and networks, show you the park. If you want to go out there, you'd meet our local government. I can show you some of the historical centers in the area. And from there, if you have something that you really want to see, or somebody or some group that you're interested in meeting, let me know and we will make that happen. The theater will be your primary working space. You'll be able to schedule time with a technician to help you build your lighting or work on your sound, figure out what you need as far as tech goes. If you would like, we will provide you a bicycle. I find that to be a lot of fun around here. There are a lot of bike trails. So if you just want to get some exercise, we can loan you a bike. If you don't have your own car or vehicle, or if you need something transported, we have a pickup truck, and a car if you need. One thing that will happen, we would really like this to happen anyway, is in the 4 weeks that you're here, there will be an open studio session or workshop, basically to give the community an opportunity to come into the theater and see what you're doing in the middle of what you're doing. This could also be an informal showing of your work in progress. And then finally, at the end of the month, 1 to 3 showings of your performance at whatever stage it is close to being where you want it to be, understandably. And I know as a performance artist, sometimes it's just never finished, but wherever you're at the end. And we say 1 to 3 final showings because if we are doing small audiences, 1 to 12 people, we'd like to show it more than one time so we can get more people in here to see what you've been up to. I'm going to pause right there and see if anyone has any questions. If you do, just unmute your mic and you can talk to me or type it into the chat. All right, I'll continue. Eligibility. First, you have to be a US citizen at least 1 year prior to now before applying. Minnesota residents will be given preference. However, if you have some connection with Minnesota, if you're returning here, if your parents live here, something like that, if you're a homecomer in that way, we will accept your application. All applicants from any demographic or geography are welcome to apply. However, preference will be given to BIPOC, Native artists, LGBTQIA+ artists, women, immigrants, artists from rural communities, and artists with disabilities. We will be giving preference to them. You must be 18 years or older. You must be mid-career or beyond stage in your career. So when we say mid-career, I took the definition of mid-career from the Forecast Public Art people. So basically we decided mid-career because this is an extremely difficult thing to pull off. And I'm thinking you had to have done this before to even consider applying. And we do need to see work samples of things you've done in the past. Collaborative groups are welcome to apply, but the stipend will be the same. The housing is the same. And of course the house is big enough to accommodate. So that is definitely a possibility. Our criteria for selecting a small stages artist is based on a combination of experience and what your practice is all about. So we ask questions about if you have a focus on community engagement, if you have an interest in connecting with or communicating with or working with community members from a diverse range of social, cultural, economic, and political backgrounds. If you're comfortable doing that, if you have an interest in or a connection to working in rural context, And in your professional capacity, is that something that you've done before? And how does the residency in general fit into your life and into your practice? Those are the kinds of questions we're going to be asking you to answer in part 1. So when you go to answer those questions, pretty simple. I didn't go into having a separate third-party software agent to upload work. So I'm just going to ask you to write your answers, make it into a PDF, 500 word limit per question. If you want to do a video, that's cool too. Upload that to YouTube or Vimeo or any one of those and send me a link with the answers to those questions. A proposal, a 2-minute video, or a 750 word limit written outline of what you think you would do. Describe your performance or your installation or the experience you have in mind that you would be creating. I see that there's a question. Let me just check it out. Oh, no, that's not a question. Continuing. So I think I kind of hinted at this before. We know that 4 weeks is a short period of time, and you're just going to be getting to know New London just as you're ready to leave. I think there's so much to find out about New London here. So if your practice has not yet included experiences creating work for small audiences or audience of one, it's acceptable, like I said, to adapt your process to meet these requirements, expanding your current practice, adapting a project that you have already in progress. And of course, you can create an entirely new piece. Part 3, please send me your resume. No more than 3 pages, if you could. Work samples, 3 to 5 relevant examples of your artistic work. So JPEGs, PDFs, like I said, YouTube or Vimeo, or an MP3 or WAV file if you're a musician or music performance person. And then of course, if you could just please describe what I'm looking at. There'll be a panel of 5 people, so not just me. Describe what we're going to be seeing. Number them so I don't get them mixed up. Pretty simple stuff like that. I'm going to open this up to people. If you have specific questions, go ahead and unmute your mic, and I'll try to answer as best I can. Could I tell you about those who would be on the panel? Well, obviously I can't tell you who specifically, but we do have, well, actually all of them are artists. So I want to say they're all from they're all from New London or Spicer, the 5 people. I think 3 of them are from New London, artists themselves. So they'll understand what they're looking at, artists who have also applied for grants and residencies. If that's what you're asking, that's what I can tell you about them. Any other questions? Now, of course, if you think of something later, just feel free to email me. All right. Well, thanks everyone for sitting here and listening to me talk at you for an hour. I appreciate you signing up. Look forward to seeing your applications. And oh, you know what? I just want to, last thing I missed completely. I want to talk about timetable at the very end there. So what's going to happen now is we'll wait to receive everyone's application. Due date is April 11th. At 4:59 p.m. Then we're going to take a week and look at them all, and we'll give you a call if we want to have you in and interview you. We'll choose 3 finalists out of the people who apply and give you a call, and we'll let everyone know either way by email. No. Questions about references or letters of recommendation? I did not include that in as a requirement, so I'm not going to do it now because that wouldn't be fair. We're going to rely on your work samples, on what you send us, and on an interview to make that decision. And then hopefully we get everything in place by May 1st. A contract will be set up, and we'll prepare for you to arrive in August. Okay. Any other questions? Question, if the 3 who are being interviewed, if 3 are being interviewed, could references be asked for them? Well, like I said, I don't really want to put that into play because it wasn't there originally. So I'm going to say no. I still think that we can adequately rely on your work samples and having a conversation with you. Sunday deadline. Well, is April 11th a Sunday? I believe it. Well, I don't remember. Let's see. Is April 11th a Sunday? Yes, yes, it is. So that answers that question. Yep. Thank you. Thanks for asking. Thanks for checking. All right. Going once, going twice. Oh, did it? Oh, the website says, oh my gosh. Well, that's a problem. However, I have to go with what the website says because that's what everyone else is seeing. So forget what I said. If that is what the website says, then yes, that is what we need. I'm just going to check real quick. Website says, not that I don't believe you. What are you? So I'm getting a comment about the request for references. Thank you, in part 3. Oh, so it says. Well, then I guess that is what we require. So sorry about that. Please include your contact information on your resume along with 3 references who would be familiar with your work in your resume. So yes, thank you for pointing it out. That is what we need. Cool. Thank you. Couple more minutes before I'm gonna say goodbye. Okay, if that's everything, good. Thanks a lot, everyone, for attending. Looking forward to seeing your applications. Have a good day. Happy weekend.